If there's one concept I really love when it comes to storytelling, it's that sometimes a lie is better than the truth, if only because of the fact that when the lie comes out, the effects are multiplied by how long you kept the lie going, on top of how serious the matter is you're trying to cover up. In a zombie apocalypse movie, for example, if you were to shoot a fellow survivor and lie about why, even if the reason you had was extremely salient, you will be found out, and a lot more people are going to die because of the rift it will cause in the group. Or, in a less dramatic genre, someone isn't told their hat looks dumb, or that they're about to do something incredibly stupid. So when the lie comes out, you look like a terrible friend for not warning them about the stupid thing they're about to wear or do. And remember how way back I said I was a sucker for westerns? The snake oil salesman is also one of my favorite tropes, if only because of how well they can be played into any story. They could be outright evil or actually believe that they're doing good. After all, we already know that placebos work in the real world. As such, this episode caught my attention really quickly, as it has our favourite snake oil salesman, Flim and Flam, using Applejack's love for her granny to make her tell a little lie. It's a lie of omission, of course, but all it takes for evil to prosper is for one pony to do nothing. The entire time I watched AJ try to ensure Granny didn't lose her regained confidence while making sure the old mare didn't hurt herself, I truly felt for her. Granny's done a lot in her long life. I mean, she was at the founding of Ponyville centuries before, which just begs the question of just how old Earth ponies can even get. Perhaps my alicorn theories are more correct than I'd ever realized. Either way, Granny seems to be incredibly happy to be able to swim again and not be stuck on land due to her aching joints. Which brings up another question. Every time we've seen Granny before this point, she's been incredibly slow and measured, likely due to her old and aching joints. Could a placebo truly undo over a century of joint damage? Or is all of her pain psychosomatic? Science, you have a mission now. Get humans to live as long as Granny Smith, so we may test this theory. The episode starts off with the apples being apples, enjoying a morning off at the watering hole. Of course, poor old Granny can't go swimming due to potentially psychosomatic aches and pains she gets around water, due to her past as a world-famous diving horse. This does kind of put a damper on the whole thing, that is until they follow a convoy of strangely injured ponies. Seriously, there are some models here I didn't think we've ever seen before. I really don't think we've even seen wheelchairs before here. The apples wind up in a circus big top, where they see none other than the Flim Flam brothers doing what they do best, tricking ponies into buying their worthless crap. This time, however, they're selling a tonic that they boast can cure any ailment, including those brought on by old age. Of course, this gets Granny interested, and she buys a bottle. Later on, it's revealed that the tonic worked. To a degree, it seems, as Granny's got her old energy back, swimming and even offering to help Big Mac buck trees. This causes AJ to be extremely curious, and she and Applebloom go to get to the bottom of the tonic's seeming effectiveness. But, surprise surprise, it's a sham, and the pony they'd used to prove it during their musical number was just a plant in the audience. The oldest trick in the book. His name is Silver Shill, and he runs for the brothers, and they convince AJ that their tonic is a good thing, as it gives ponies the confidence to get over their problems, and AJ wouldn't want to take away Granny's newfound happiness, would she? This is one of the thinnest lines I've ever seen AJ walk in a while. The brothers are technically correct, but at the same time, Granny's limits are never truly set out, and she could really hurt herself if she overdid it. Applebloom convinces Granny to go to a swim meet with her, and unfortunately on top of that, Granny wants to go back and buy more tonic so she can swim better and feel less of the pain she probably still feels as a little niggle in the back of her mind. Which leads the brothers to capitalize on it and claim their tonic is Applejack approved. Does this count as a lie? Do lies of omission count against her as element of honesty? What's incredibly strange is the relationship between the brothers and Granny. They almost seem like the sports drink sponsors in how they act, and Granny seems to be willing to play along. I sort of wish that was better explored, but you get what you get, I suppose. Also, Lyra gets more personality. I love how the art team keeps putting in background ponies that we've all given personalities in our little fandom and giving them bit parts. When Granny almost commits suicide by diving board, Applejack gets her rainbow eyes, and she has to do the hardest thing she's ever had to do. Admit that she was wrong, and that the brothers lied about the cider's true effects. Admitting to a lie is the hardest thing anyone can do, especially when it'll make others' opinion of you diminish. Oh, and AJ gets her key. It's a bit. A single Bitcoin. Strange that there be something as mundane as money, but I guess it works. I have to say, I really didn't expect Applejack's key to wind up being a coin. So far, all of the keys have been something that'd be really difficult to lose. We have a Wonderbolts medal, a spool of rainbow thread, a rubber chicken, and an interdimensional flower. But now AJ just gets a coin? It's just so strange. Especially since the main six don't know that their keys are keys. As far as they know, they're just keepsakes from remembering an adventure. If whatever's in that box will truly save Equestria, then the world is really lucky that silly Pony Applejack didn't want a soda on the way back to the farm. I understand making everyday objects into the keys, but could the bit not have been distinguished in some way? Why not, instead of just giving her his first bit not 3 minutes after receiving it, Silver Shield could have got it a few days before and made it into a medallion or something. Like those 100 yen coins you see business people from Japan wear or something. I'm also really glad that Flim and Flam didn't get redeemed either. They're just too good at what they do to stop. They make incredibly great foils to Applejack, making their money off swindling ponies and telling pretty harmless lies rather than work like AJ does. AJ values hard work, while they'd rather automate their process and sit on their plots, letting the money come to them. Plus, it's really nice to see that not every pony in Equestria is a goody two-shoes or a completely batshit evil villain. It tickles some cynical part of my brain. I know we have ponies like Trixie and Sunset Shimmer, but the Flim Flam brothers are very much small fish. They don't desire a kingdom like Sunset, nor are they as glory-seeking as Trixie is. They just want to make enough money to live comfortably, just like everyone else. They just have different ways of going about it. They aren't evil, not by a long shot, but I'd hardly call them misunderstood either. In the end, I highly enjoyed this episode, and I'm really glad AJ's key was handled a lot better than Fluttershy's was. I'm still a tad miffed about that, but at least Pinkie and AJ had amazing key episodes. All that remains now is Twilight's key, and I wonder what it'll be. 10-Bit says it's a book. AJ handled the problem of Hoof realistically, and when she finally realized what had to be done, of course that only came after Granny could quite possibly have died horribly, she faced her mistake like an adult, setting a grand example for all the little boys and girls. There was something else that came out this week I wanted to talk about. What was it? Oh yeah! Wubba-dub-dub, mother buckers! I love me some vinyl, and Hasbro has provided! I still have yet to watch the first Equestria Girls, since, you know, Equestria Girls, and I will have an analysis up for it, eventually. But for now, let's just get this hype train moving, because Daniel Ingram can make some damn good EDM. Thankfully, vinyl doesn't talk at all during the short. I mean, we all saw what happened when they gave Derpy a voice, but I think I could get over whatever voice they choose if vinyl in the movie is as good as the vinyl we see in this short. Without even talking, she just oozes personality, and with the power of Wubs, she alters the entire world around her. Even if the movie sucks, I think I could manage to sit through it if vinyl is as big a part of it as all the speculation is making me believe, and she's as freaking cool as she is here. Of course, there's still the problem of the movie. The costumes that the main six wear look like Kiss developed a severe case of diabetes, and the song from the original trailer still grinds on me for how damned repetitive it is. Speaking of the main six, in this short, we see everyone except Twilight, which in of itself makes me sad. I was hoping that the Twilight we see in the second movie would be Human World Twilight, and I'm told Pinkie alluded to in the first one, and the film would show that Twilight learning friendship, or something. Anything to keep Twilight from going back to that damned portal in space-time. A problem I seem to be having myself. Which brings me to my question for you guys. Is AJ correct? Is honesty always the correct policy, or are there times when a lie truly is better for everyone involved? After all, there's always a correct answer, but then there's the right answer. The tonic made Granny happier than she'd likely been in years, and even though the power to do all those things came from inside her, was it really so wrong to let her have that delusion? And another question, this time regarding Rainbow Rocks. It seems they're dead set on making a vinyl a large part of this movie, unless this is the largest red herring in all animation history. Do you think they should try and follow the Fanon established personality for vinyl, or should they make her their own? There's no way in hell they're going to hire the VA that played her in all the fan stuff, and even then she said she wouldn't, as it would preclude her from being vinyl in fan projects anymore. Without the voice we all know and love, would it even be worth their time to follow the personality we gave her? With that, I'm Nozvix, and we've been staring at Leap of Faith. If you like my analysis, be sure to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, be they about the episode or whatever, why not visit my Ask blog at askthecmcanalysts.tumblr.com, or if you're sworn a blood vendetta against Tumblr, you can annoy me on the Twitter I sometimes check at @SpartanInSpace. I'll see you later, every pony.